Several Jamaicans have voiced their criticisms. Some have made jokes, while others have sparked conversations about Tuesday night's national political debates. The debate comprised of a three-member team for the People's National Party (PNP), which was represented by Lisa Hanna, Raymond Price, and Dr. Dayton Campbell, while the Jamaica Labour Party's team included Dr. Christopher Tufton, Kamina Johnson-Smith, and Floyd Green. The event began with a discussion on social issues and, as expected, the panelists posed a question about the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Since the beginning of the week, Jamaica has recorded a huge spike in COVID-19 cases, which included 3 more fatalities from the highly contagious respiratory illness. At a recent press briefing, the Holness administration urged Jamaicans to remain calm as they are trying to control the spread of the virus. During the debate, Dr. Christopher Tufton responded to a question about the government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic and a plan to better tackle the illness if his party is successful in the September 3 general election.
The COVID-19 challenge is going to be with us for a while, and we need to accept that and, in a sense, learn to live with COVID. The truth is that the world is grappling with the challenge, and until we discover a vaccine, we will take some time in order to overcome the challenge fully. What have we done as a government? In the first instance, we delayed the virus coming into Jamaica through restrictions. We improved the public health system by providing COVID wards, personal protective gear, public education so Jamaicans would understand what to do and what not to do. And we were able to delay while we prepared. Now that we are prepared and we have gradually lifted the restrictions to restore normality to our country, which is essential for the continued economic development that we seek, we have to now change gear towards more surveillance and people participation through personal responsibility. So the future, in response to your question, depends heavily on the expanded public health network through community health aides who are in the communities, working with people. Also, continue to expand the public health system so that when persons are positive, we can treat them. But very importantly, the focus has to be on prevention.
And the People's National Party's representative, Dr. Dayton Campbell, also outlined the PNP's plan to deal with COVID-19 pandemic. In his response, he criticized the Jamaica Labour Party's handling of the disease and promised to increase testing should his party win in the general elections.
Busy putting the measures in place. When the People's National Party forms the next government, 1, we will look at pre-testing. Every entrant to the island will have to have a PCR test done 72 hours prior to their flight. Upon arrival, all the individuals who are from a high-risk area will have to undergo another test. We will ensure that quarantine actually works. What happens now is that with the geofencing technology, persons leave their phones at home and go out. And so what we have is increased exposure. We will ramp up testing because what has happened is that there was a lot of excitement about testing at the ports, but you were not able to get back the result. As a result of that, you ended up with a backlog, and that made contact tracing almost impossible. We will listen to the technocrats. The advice that was given about the emancipendence holidays was not taken by this administration. We will listen to the technocrats. We will ensure that we have increased community health aides to do the contact tracing. We'll mobilize volunteers. We'll ensure that the medical facilities are actually equipped and working.
Sandy Williams, Frontline News.